Good day to you, Doctor and my fellow classmates. We are from Group 10. We have distributed the test as shown in this slide. This is our group member list. Part 1 to 彭维七 Part 2 to 梁君 Part 3 to 老小君 Part 4 to Eileen Dong Xiu Hong Part 5 to Evelyn. Question is a good assignment 1.
Hello, my name is Munmechi and Homometric BB2211046. I will present the part 1, which is construct appropriate the graph or chart to compare the relative frequency and cumulative relative frequency between the two metrics. These are the two tables for the data number of visits and number of purchase order in million. First and foremost, I will classify the classes to calculate the frequency, to find out the relative frequency and cumulative relative frequency. Then, to find out the relative frequency, we use the formula class frequency divided by the total frequency. Next, to find out the cumulative relative frequency, we use adding all the previous relative frequency and the current relative frequency. Besides that, these are the histograms that represent the relative frequency for the number of visits and number of purchase order in million. Both of the histograms show a positively skewed that the data form a long and narrow tail to the right, which is increasing in degrees. Furthermore, these are the ogive graphs that represent the cumulative relative frequency. We can see that both of the ogive graphs for the number of visits and number of purchase order in million represent the positive slope and increasing. That's all for part 1.
And during my part is about the calculation and the composition of the measure of the central location of two metrics which are mean and median. Before distributing the calculation and composition, I would like to briefly the formula using and the lesson begin use. Let's begin. There are two types of data which are grouped and ungrouped data. Grouped data is defined as the data that can categorize into classes, which are ungrouped data is the data in when to categorize of submission in math. Based on the definition, the data used in the assignment is ungrouped data. Thus, the formula of mean and median from ungrouped data is used in part 2. Here, the formula the means in the division of the sum of data values by the number of data values of frequency. There are two ways to calculate the median as shown here. The below introduction is done. I will be demonstrating the mean first, followed by the median and the matrix of the number of BC and calculate the first for both measures. Let's do it. The total value of the number of BC is 1,121.4 million. Its mean is 27.71 million. After divide the frequency of 20, coming to the number of vouchers of the its total value and means are 5,004.5 million and 166.82 million respectively. The number of vouchers of the higher mean. Mean pass is done. Let's about media pass. We need to reallocate the data to less than is an asset order. The media of the number of BC and the number of voucher orders are 24.5 million and 163.9 million respectively. That's all for the most numbers of BC is 34.1, by the most number of voucher orders is no more.
Hi, my name is Lau Sui Jun with my metric number of BB221102887. I'm going to continue with part 3, which is calculate percentiles and construct post block for each metric. So for the first step, we need to arrange the data in ascending order to know the position 1 to 30. First, we calculate percentiles for number of visits. So for the second step is to locate the position by using the formula and calculate the percentiles. The formula is LP equals to n plus 1 times percentiles over 100. So for the 25th percentiles, which is quarter 1, the answer is 31.95. Next, for the 50th percentiles, which is quarter 2, the answer is 34.5. Next, for the 75th percentiles, which is quarter 3, the answer is 45.43. Next, for the third step is to construct box plot. To construct box plot, we need to know the minimum value, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and also maximum value. First, we need to calculate for the interquartile range, which is IQR by minus quartile 3 by quartile 1, which the answer is 13.48. Then for the lower limit, the answer is 11.74. Next, for upper limit, the answer is 65.64. Based on the dataset, all of the value is between 11.74 to 65.64. Therefore, they have no outlier axis in this matrix. Next, we need to construct box plot for number of visits. Then, we need to label minimum value, quartile 1, median, quartile 3, and also maximum value. Next, we need to calculate percentiles and construct box plot for second metric, which is number of purchase orders. For the number of purchase order, we just need to repeat the step 2 and step 3. So for the step 2 is to locate the position by using the formula and calculate the percentiles. For the 25th percentiles, which is quartile 1, the answer is 140. Next, for the 50th percentiles, which is quartile 2, the answer is 163.9. And for the 75th percentiles, which is quartile 3, the answer is 197.55. Last but not least, for the third step is to construct box plot for number of purchase orders. So first, we need to know the IQR, which the answer is 57.55. And lower limit is 53.68. Upper limit is 283.88. Based on the dataset, all of the value is between 53.68 and also 283.88. Therefore, there is no outlier axis in this matrix. Next, to construct the box plot, we label down the minimum value, quartile 1, median, quartile 3, and also maximum value.
My name is Irene Tong Hong, and I'm the one to present about part 4, which is calculate and compare the measures of dispersion between the two metrics. To calculate the range, we have to take the difference between the maximum value and minimum value in a sample. As we can see from the slide, the number of purchase orders are higher than the number of visits to the 30 e-commerce companies, which is 115.4 million and 31.2 million. Second is about the mean absolute deviation, which called as MET, is an average of the absolute differences between the observations and the mean. The formula to calculate MET is sum of the absolute deviation divided by the number of values. From the slide, we can see that the number of visits is 7.448, however, the number of purchase orders is 25.658. So we can conclude that the number of purchase orders are higher than the number of visits in MET. The next one is about variance and standard deviation. The formula to calculate variance is sum of the square deviations divided by the number of values, which is the smaller the n minus 1. The formula to calculate the standard deviations is square root of the variance. From the slide, the standard deviations for number of visits is at 0.72%. However, the answers of standard deviations for number of purchase orders is 31.43%. We can conclude that the number of purchase orders are higher than the number of visits in this variance and standard deviation. Last one is talk about coefficient of variation, which called as CV. So the formula to calculate the CV is the standard deviation divided by the x bar, which is mean. Based on the calculation of CV, the number of visits, which is 0.23 million, are higher than the number of purchase orders, which is 0.19 million. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Debbra Richard, and I'm going to present the part 5, which is to calculate and interpret the measures of association between the two metrics. So this part is divided by 2, which is to calculate the covariance and also the correlation. So for the covariance, we use the formula SXY, sum up to x minus x mean, multiply with y minus y mean, and divided with n minus 1. So we will get 5130360000 and divided by 30 minus 1. So the answer will be 176908965.50. So the covariance is 176908965.50, which conclude that the direction of the linear relationship between the number of visits and the number of purchase orders is positive. As for the correlation, we use the formula Rxy equals to Sxy and divide with Sxsy, which is the standard deviation, and we will get 176908965.50 divided with 8723.69 multiplied with 31426.02. So we will get the answer 0.65. Then the correlation coefficient is 0.65, which indicates that the variables, which is the number of visits and the number of purchase orders, have a moderate positive relationship. So that is all from me and my group. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all for us.